Welcome mates, this is my first video about World of Sea Battle. It is a Age of Sail MMO RPG and it is a very nice game. I discovered it about 2 months ago and my name is Lorcan. I am a member of the Monks community. We used to play other Age of Sail games too, but this game here is one of our last encounters, and I think it is worth to have a deeper look into it. I hope you will enjoy my video. I'm a native German speaker, so I apologize for my English, but I think it is important to make this video in English because this is a Russian game and the only footage you find in YouTube or other streaming platforms or video platforms is mostly in Russian, and some of the videos are also very outdated. So a community member of mine, Antisthenes, and me, we both decided to make some good footage for you. So if you are interested in the game, you might find easy access just by looking into the videos, and I hope you enjoy. Monks is a gaming community. We have a guild in World of Sea Battles, and this guild has 25 players at the moment, but the player count is increasing, and the Monks community has over 100 players. We come from all over the world. We have players from England, Russia, Brazil, and Canada, Europe countries like France, Germany. So we do not have a fixed time zone when we play. We play all over the globe and we play at all times. The game I want to show you is World of Sea Battles. World of Sea Battles is looking really beautiful. It is in open beta at the moment, so it has not released. You cannot find the game on Steam yet, but it is said that the Steam launch is coming soon. If you want to play the game, you have to download it from the internet. The game is a Russian game, as I said before, so it might be somewhat complicated to understand basic stuff, but you can switch to English language and you can also switch to German language in the game. I do not want to overload this video because it should be just is meant just as an overview for you, so you get a first impression of what is the game about and which features you can find in the game. Basically, if you are in the game in a town, then you see the picture that you can see in this video right now. You will have a ship, whatever ship it is, and there will be a shipyard, and that is what I want to start with, because it is a game about ships, and so you will be interested in the ships that are in the game. If you enter the shipyard, you will find this picture here, and I would advise to click the comparison button, and with the comparison button you will find some basic stats of all the ships that are in the game. First is the HP, the health points, then the armor of the ship, the speed, the maneuverability, the number of cannons, and last but not least the number or the amount of crew you have on the ship. There are several ship lines and several ship classes. Ship classes follow mainly the historic class system, so there are 7th rates or unrated ships. Those are the smallest ships in the game. Then the 6th rates, a little bit bigger, 5th rates, 4th rates, so on to 1st rates, which are the main line ships or battleships, and they are the biggest ones. Also with the ship lines, that means in the game, in the first ship line, which starts with the Pickle and ends with the Ingermanland, there's no first rate in this ship line, by the way, those are the fast ships. You can see that with the stats. They have a little bit low HP, they have low armor, but the speed and the maneuverability is very high. Second ship line goes from the Horizon to the Victory. This is a multi-purpose or jack-of-all-trades line with overall good stats. No stat is really shining, but it is a multi-purpose line, I would call it. Third line are the trader ships, which have, of course, a big hold, so you can haul stuff around. They have some very good ships in this line. For example, the Mordaunt. I really suggest you aim for that if you are starting with the game, because with the Mordaunt you can basically do everything. It is a good trading ship. It is very good for fighting in PvE and for grinding, so that might be a very good target for you if you start with the game and you are not sure which ship to aim for. You have to start with the first ship in the line and unlock all the other ships by playing the ship. And when you unlocked it, you can craft it. If you click, for example, on the Mordaunt, you see what is needed to craft this ship. You need battle marks, you need some beam, you need bulkheads, canvas, and plates. Those materials are the base materials for crafting ships. You have to craft these materials too, so you need some very basic material for that. Canvas you can make out of fabric, for example, or resin. Plates you make out of iron. If you leave this overview and go to the encyclopedia and you go and so scroll to the bottom, you click craft, and there you can see what you need to make beams, plate, bulkheads, and so on. You find that in the encyclopedia, and it is a very good service, this encyclopedia. So back to the shipyard. Next line is the heavy hitter line, the heavy armor line, main battleships. They are not very turnable and they are not very fast, but they have a very high armor. So those ships are maybe good for the RVR stuff, or if you like it, also in the PvE. For my taste, they are a bit too slow and a bit too slow turning to use them as all-day multi-purpose ships. After that, there is a mortar line where you also can find galleys with rows. These ships, starting from the Poltaka to the La Royale, have all mortars. As bigger the ship, as bigger the mortar is that it can carry. And if you click on that, for example, the first rate in that line, the La Royale, has 3 11-inch mortars, and those can hit heavily from higher distance. Then you have a special ship line starting with a balloon, ending with the octopus. Those ships look a little bit arcadey in my taste, but they are belonging to the storyline of the game, which I do not want to spoil here. But in my taste, they are not really increasing my immersion, so to say. You will find them at the OpenSea. They need special ingredients to build them, especially these blueprints, which are very hard to come by, and also the escudos. And the last ship in the line, the octopus, is in my eyes the only ship in the game that I would really refer to as overpowered, which is a bit sad. I hope they twitch the stats of this ship a little bit, because it is just unfun to see people roaming around in this ship and destroying everything else. But I think the game is in the beta still, so they might do something about it. Overall, it is a very good balance in between the ship lines and to the other ship lines. So if you have speed, you lack armor. If you have armor, you lack speed and maneuverability. You can have both, but then it is not really shining. So good balance, except for the octopus, I would say. Then you have premium ships, which you can buy for money, which is referred to as coins. You have to buy these coins by real money, or which you can buy by special currency that you can find in the game by grinding. For example, these battle marks. These ships are good. They are not completely overpowered, so I would not say this is pay to win, but they are powerful. So you can counter these ships with the ships that you can craft. And also there is a lot of skill involved, so you can counter some of the very good stats of the ships with skill too. One ship that is recommended for the PvP, for example, is the Firestorm. Very fast ship, very good ship, nice looking. But I would say it is okayish, like they did it. And also it is a good balance in between the ship lines and with the ships. We leave the dock now. Next thing you have in the port is a tavern. The tavern, you can get missions. You need these missions that you get in the tavern to increase your relation to the 3 nations that are in the game. Those are Espanol, Antilla, and Cayenne Severia. And with doing these missions in ports of these factions, you increase the standing with these factions, which is good because it unlocks the ability for you to get a second personal island, and also it is good if you want to join these factions later on. I show you the map of the game. There you can see the map, and the factions are displayed with the city flags. I think this concept is really good. You also have the pirates, which are counted as a faction, but when you are a pirate, you can also fight against other pirate clans, so you just do what a pirate is normally doing, fight against everyone and try to get as much loot as possible. You also have the trading faction, which is a special faction because you cannot conquer cities, you do not do RVR. You are basically dealing with trading. here is the starting area in the east of the map, and there you have these green cities, green displayed cities. Those are neutral. You do not have to pay when you enter them. This is referred to as mooring fee. You have, for example, when you want to enter Charleston at the moment, you have to pay a mooring fee. But if you want to enter a green port in the starting areas, especially there are a lot of green ports, then you do not have to pay anything. So you get some missions in the tavern to increase your standing. You can also get some trade routes there. You can make missions not for increasing the standing, but only to get money out of it, which is a very good opportunity to get money in the game. Then you have the workshop. In the workshop you can craft basic stuff. You have to have a special workshop established in the town to make these things here in the top. But for the normal production line, you do not have to have established a special workshop. You can craft them anywhere you want in those towns. Same applies to the miscellaneous stuff and the normal consumables. I will make a video about the details here. For the overview, this should be enough. Then you can smelt cannons and other things you find in the open world. And if you smelt them, you get some iron and copper. But as you see here, it says coal minus 36. You use a little bit of coal to start the smelting process, so make sure you have enough coal when you want to smelt something. Then you have the weapons. You can craft them, but for crafting the cannons you need this casting workshop equipped. So without the casting workshop you cannot craft cannons. Cannons, there are 3 cannon lines. The normal cannons are not worth it, I would say. You start with 22 pounder irons for the normal ships that you get in the game. Cannons have a decent range, but the penetration of the cannons is just bad. And the damage model in the game is everything that penetrates the hull is damage. So if you have a hull armor of 10 and you shoot with a penetration of 12.5, you get 2.5 damage per shot. That is not much. Culverines are somewhat in the middle, have a better penetration than cannons, a higher reload than the cannons, a very good range, but still the penetration is not so good. Then the best cannons in the game in my eyes are the carronades, with the very best cannon, the Judgment Goal, which has a penetration of 24. So you penetrate a lot and therefore you make a lot of damage. With my example, if you have an armor of 10 and you shoot with this big carronade, you penetrate 14 and so you make 14 damage, which is really good. Then you have some special cannons for bow and stern, and some very special cannons for very special ships. I will also make a video about that, but I think it is enough for the overview. These unique cannons you cannot craft, you can only find at the open sea, and especially the 36 pounder Hawk and the 40 pounder Scorcher are really good. The rest not so much because the penetration is not high enough. And Last but not least, you have the mortars, which you can only use in mortar ships. Next step will be trading house. In the trading house you can buy ammunition, for example. You can buy basic materials, not all of them. That depends and differs from city to city. And you can sell some special stuff. Then you have the market. This is meant for selling or buying trading goods if you want to make a trading career. And the best thing is the auction house, where you have the player-driven economy and you see what players are selling and you can sell stuff yourself. And the price differs from town to town and depends strongly on what is needed at the moment and what players want to have and not so much. So a very good player-driven economy. I will also make a video about that. Then the store. In the store you can buy basically things for real money. The game is finance subscription based, so you can buy premium time. You have advantages from the premium time, more experience and loot, the reload speed of the third consumable items are better. You have a free camera, but I think the loot is and the experience gain, that is what makes the premium interesting. And then you have decorations. Some you can buy for in-game currency, some you can only buy for real money. It's basically just to make the ships looking nicer, and same applies to the design items you can buy here. Last but not least, you have the town hall, and there you can see what special bonuses you get for being in a faction or for being in a special guild, and you can see if they are activated at the moment or not. It is a little bit misleading, this screen here. They worked on it with the last patch, and I hope they rework it again, because it is still not so useful as it could be. All overall, that is all I want to show you in the very first video. I will make some more videos, one about the combat, then about the trading, and about gear and cannons and the way damage is dealt, and some basic strategies to level up. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope I see you in the next video. I apologize a bit because this is my first video after a very long time, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you and bye bye.